Welcome back, fellow passengers. Strap yourselves in and make sure your popcorn is ready to go. This episode laid it a lot on the line, and we're going to dig deeper than bamboo shoots to the fingernails.
Sorry.
Before we go too deep, don't worry, we're going to talk about that later.
Don't go too deep. Is still.
Before we go too deep, though, you know what time it is. It's time for my pop culture segment. And I don't care if you'll listen to these or not because I love looking up these facts. This episode featured the elusive peanut butter. So I decided to make it food oriented for the topic. On May 7th of 2004, Super Size Me was released to U.S. audiences. Interestingly enough, McDonald's... What?
Oh, that was a great...
Oh, you're saying great. I think you said wait.
No. I'll say, no, that was a great thing.
So, interestingly enough, McDonald's was already in the process of phasing out the supersize option, with some articles putting it at about March of the same year. The timeline for Morgan Spurlock's supersize meals from February 1st to March 2nd. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. In the meantime, I'm BusyBee, that's Hijinx, and this is Lost Ate My Podcast. Hi, Hijinx.
Hi.
I'm sorry about the bamboo shoots. I was just... I needed something to put in the thing.
One of those things that I forgot about until this episode. And I mean, I remembered about Saeed being, doing torturing, but I forgot he actually...
moment Saeed and Jack are dragging Sawyer off, I was like, oh, no. Wait, no.
No, not that. No, I forgot about that.
I was sitting there holding my phone, showing Junior the scene. I couldn't even watch it. I'm just sitting there shaking my hand the whole time, like, no,
my pinkies.
Because I remember each and every point. New fear unlocked.
Yeah. I mean, you know how I am about feet stuff. I think this would be a close second.
That's a very close second. If for me, it's right up there. Anything sharp underneath the nail, I can't do it. Nope. No.
But yeah, so yeah, saw that scary side of Saeed.
Oh yeah,
and
communications officer, my booty.
Well, he explained what he meant. It was his job
getting
to
communication out of people.
Yeah, it was getting prisoners to communicate.
Communication was in quotes on his resume.
Air quote, communicate. It wasn't a lie. It's just
it wasn't the truth either.
That was very clever. But yeah.
So now that we got that part out of the way, I knew I had to bring it up at the beginning, or else we'd keep thinking about it until we got further on.
Now, palate cleanser. Classic palate cleanser.
Peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Which also comes up.
I know. I was like, I couldn't remember if Charlie ever found the jar of peanut butter when I started the episode. But the moment I saw him take out the empty jar, I'm like, okay.
No.
This was that episode.
It's the famous empty peanut butter jar.
But hey, she went along with it and she moved herself to the caves.
Yeah.
So was there anything in particular you wanted to talk about the episode? Anything you want to bring up? Anything you remember? Anything you loved? Hated? We got rid of the one major hate.
Oh, the fingernails. No, the
like
one
saying Frau
thing,
Bucher.
Frau Bucher. Well, I can't do it. I can't do a nay, but there. That was good.
Thanks.
The one thing about Sawyer that I will always, this isn't meant to be sad, but it's going to make BusyBee sad when I bring it up. So, my mom has sisters. She had 4 of them. Her oldest sister was my Aunt Suzanne. And if you knew my Aunt Suzanne, imagining her watching the show would be just it would probably be the furthest thing from your mind. And if you don't know, my accent's not as Southern as most of my relatives, but we are from the South. My Aunt Suzanne, very you would never imagine her to be a sci-fi kind of show person. I have no idea when or how she came about watching Lost. And I don't know if she actually watched episodes, but at one point she did come up to me one time when I was visiting home, and she would just tell me, I just love that Sawyer. She just loves Sawyer. She loves Sawyer.
Gosh, I love Sawyer too.
He's very Southern.
Very.
And you know, all the nicknames and just, but she, so every time anytime there's a Sawyer focused episode, I'm always going to think of my Aunt Suzanne and her she has passed away, if you can't tell by the way, a number of years ago. But that's what I was saying. My BusyBee might get a little verklempt. But
I
anyway,
don't do
so
well
I love
with sad news.
I know, but I mean, it's like she lived a good long life. But it actually makes me happy now to think about it, because I know, again, that I honestly don't believe my Aunt Suzanne would have watched full episodes and gotten into them, but I guarantee she would have watched just to watch Sawyer.
To be fair, very much what I do too.
You understand them.
But I'm also there for Charlie and everyone else. I'm not just there for Sawyer.
Well, I mean, when you were 10 and the episode started out, you were I think that your draw to Lost was Charlie. I mean, you wanted to watch some of the episodes and stuff because Charlie was in Lord of the Rings and you liked Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I mean, what's the difference between the two? They both have the same guy in it.
Exactly.
How was I supposed to know?
there's a hobbit on the island.
Yeah.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard Island.
Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Anyway.
To Isengard.
So, yeah. But yeah, so this was our first Sawyer-centric episode, and it gives, I mean, obviously the best part about it is it gives Sawyer's character depth almost immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you think about it, he's pretty much kind of the anti-hero, you know, antagonist for the episodes up until this point. So he still has, you know, now he's the reluctant, you know, don't make me a hero kind of person. Is like, as soon as people find out about his background,
he's like, no.
He doesn't want people to use it against him. He doesn't want your sympathy, like he said, you know, when he didn't want Kate to have sympathy for him, but of course she's going to, because she's the bleeding heart. But you know, the whole letter, and then her realizing, hey, his name's not really Sawyer.
Yeah.
Sawyer is the antagonist of his life.
And he became a Sawyer.
Yeah, he turned around and became the Sawyer. So anyway, but yeah, that was, I think when it came to all of the characters on Lost, he had one of the more interesting backstories that they came up with.
I do like his backstory. It's very, backstory-y.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the more complex ones. You know, there was definitely a lot more thought. So anyway, like I said, that was one of the more creative, and they definitely put a lot of complexities into the character, and I always like that. You know,
I love a complex character,
a depth of character. Yeah, and
we love depth of character, not depth of character.
Well,
let's make that known right now.
Sometimes there has to be death.
I can't see in this. I'm shaking my finger at her and glaring at her through the camera.
Because that's going to come up later.
Yeah, it is.
But we're still a season or two away from that.
I still have time.
Still have time.
I still have time to enjoy everything.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, yeah. So that was the main thing.
So I still have trouble separating Boone from Damon in my mind. So seeing caring Damon is still weird for me.
I didn't watch the Vampire Diaries, so
It's a problem. Like, I get it. In the Vampire Diaries, he cares for Elena. However, it's a very toxic kind of love to the point where he'll kill others for her kind of thing. But this Boone character is a little too sweet for my liking. Like, don't get me wrong. I knew Boone first, but I know Damon better.
well, Boone's still kind of a whiny,
Bratty teenager.
well, he's not a teenager. I think he's supposed to
He
be
needs
like,
to stop acting like it.
oh yeah, I think he's supposed to be like early 20s or something, but Shannon's a little bit more. Yeah, they're both kind of still being, we haven't got their backstory yet, so they're still in that
For the
privileged.
record, part of Boone's background is the only quote Junior knows from the show.
Teresa falls up the stairs. Teresa falls down the stairs.
It's the only quote he knows. Because I say it a lot.
Oh, because you say it. I was going to say, how would he know? Well, because yeah, I used to do that joke all the time too. But hey, I wouldn't consider that a spoiler because no one understands.
No one knows what Teresa is. Y'all are fine. Y'all have a problem with us with spoilers.
It's a super random. It's a super random quote from the show.
You know what? If you have a problem with spoilers, go watch all 6 seasons and then come back and listen to these. We're doing our best.
And you know what? I dare you to figure out what the heck Teresa falls up the stairs, Teresa falls down the stairs is even from.
Yeah, figure out which episode and then come back to us.
See, and tell me if that spoils it for you.
Let us know how big of a spoiler that was in the comments.
Let me know if you feel like that spoiled Boone and Shannon's story.
Style it.
Anyway, so yeah. But I think that this episode definitely is when the skaters became more active because, now or when they were birthed and honest because
rose from the ashes.
Well, no, they I mean, I don't know if there were that many people actually shipping Sawyer with Kate until they got the sob story backstory on him. And then they were like, oh, and then,
yeah, all of a sudden he's a character worth rooting for and they've had a kiss already. So why not root for them?
Exactly. So, yeah, I think this is when, I mean, I don't have the fuselage threaded board to look at, though.
Why not?
I can't remember what's archived. I'd have to go back and look at it.
Somebody pinned it in the Doom chat.
Oh, did they? Okay. I'll have to go. I haven't been in there, so I need to go look. But yeah, I don't remember exactly when the skater thread got started, but it might have been before this. But I do know that this episode was one of the definite when it became a much more popular thread, and the skater wars probably started right about now,
give or take 20 years.
Right about now. Well, yeah, minus 20 years.
So it's funny. I posted in our Discord. I said, "Guess what hijinx and I are doing today?" Somebody commented something that I find hilarious. I'm going to share it with you. FL Craft said, "Watching Captain Bob videos." My immediate response was, in parentheses, always, and on repeat. And I messaged Captain Bob this week.
You're talking about Discord, and you haven't mentioned Discord on.
I have. I mentioned it last week.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. For those of you who weren't aware, we do have a Discord. I mentioned it last week. Hijinx doesn't remember, so maybe you don't remember either. We have a Discord. It should be linked below. It's definitely linked on last week's video. I made sure of it. But yeah, I actually personally messaged Captain Bob to tell him thank you.
For making your life so awesome.
I said, Captain Bob, you created one of my favorite videos of all time. I would just like to say
2 of them.
To say thank you for making Lost Rhapsody. I love popping that into a DVD player and watching it over and over again 15 years ago. This is BusyBee, Hijinx's daughter, by the way. He said, thank you. I'm so glad you appreciate it. That makes my day. And I cannot wait.
You should have said 2 of your favorite videos because there was Lost Rhapsody
True.
2.
I will make sure to send him
Boogaloo.
a correction at some point. But the other thing I was going to mention was I cannot wait for the moment we've hit that point in the timeline where I can officially have a watch party for the Lost Rhapsody video without spoilers.
Well,
I love
except
that
we have to
thing.
watch it on YouTube because somebody
fine.
in the family
I'll find it. It's probably
lost the original video of mine.
I'm guessing it's in the basement. I'm guessing I have it somehow.
I have Lost Rhapsody 2, but Lost Rhapsody 1
Rhapsody
got lost in the,
2,
got
Electric
lost
Boogaloo.
in the ethos somewhere.
The ethos or the ether? 2 very different things.
Ethos is like more in the universe. Ether is more of somewhere on the planet.
I mean, I don't think it left the universe or the planet.
Well, it's been so long, I'm pretty sure it's in the atmosphere somewhere.
Okay, so before we figure out whatever our fandom topic is there anything else you want to talk about the episode? Because I have a couple of things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Very
Hit me.
disappointed that Saeed wasn't kidnapped. I've mistimed things.
I think that's next.
Oh, it better be. I'm getting sick and tired of this. I just need the manifest to come into play.
Well,
I have needs as a lost.
I think Le French woman is next episode. Spoiler
Late
alert.
French woman better hurry her booty up.
I met her and saw her at Dragon Con.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, she was there. Yep. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. Yeah, I think it's next episode because this is when Saeed leaves. Remember, at the end of the.
It's been 20 years. I don't remember anything.
No, at the end of this episode, because he did the torture thing, he goes off on his own.
Yes, I do.
So
I didn't know that part. I just watched it about an hour ago.
I think that's when he gets kidnapped by
somebody.
Never mind. We're spoiling everything. It doesn't matter.
We're only one episode spoiling. You're right. Again, fight us. Go watch all the episodes and come back and fight us. Let us know how much we're spoiling. Because it's been 20 years for her. It's been roughly 15 for me since I watched season 1. So it's been a while. It's probably been closer to 11 or 12. I know I didn't get all the way through season 1 in my most recent rewatch. I know I didn't get this far. So I don't remember the last time I got this far.
Well, I know. I mean, even though it's been 20 years for me, I mean, my exposure to the episodes were quite in depth. Considering how much fighting there was happening and how much picking apart of the episodes and, examining every nitty gritty detail of every single episode was going on the fuselage, on the linear board, on the threaded board, and all the theories and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, by this point, what episode was the last one? Was that 7 or 8?
This was 8. Confidence Man was 8.
Yeah. So by this point, I don't know if I'm trying to think if I don't remember exactly when I started modding. Like I said, I think I became a mod sometime in the second half of the first season. Either way, I was fairly well involved, and I think, I'm trying to remember. Either, I mean, I was very involved in the board. I don't think I'd done the Berkey thing yet. I can't remember, but no, because that was like in January, I think. But so, yeah, I mean, even though I haven't watched the episodes of 20 years, once stuff starts happening, I generally remember.
Yeah, it's like we look at the title episodes like, yeah, Confidence Man, that's got to be about Sawyer. Don't remember which story of Sawyer's it's about, but I know it's about him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember which parts get revealed where, but I generally remember
Yeah, like with Walkabout, we were shocked to realize, hey, they're not actually showing his legs in any of these flashback scenes. That's supposed to be a big reveal. Whoops.
Yep. And that at the end is like, oh right. All these they don't show that he's in a wheelchair till the very end. Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the big reveal in this episode. That's right.
So we do our
Right.
best. Okay.
What else did you want to talk about?
So I wanted to talk about how Sun is trying to become more part of the group, and Jin's still very much like, hey, what are you doing?
Jin's still being a jerk.
Jin's still being Jin.
Well,
But
because I think Sun is realizing that we're probably going to be here a while. And so, yeah, she's trying to, because of the fact that Michael knows she can speak English, she kind of, well, and then plus had to help, she wanted to help Shannon with the asthma. And so, she, in her efforts to, be helpful, she kind of
Gotta earn your keep on this island.
well, yeah, and she doesn't want to she doesn't want to be the outcast. And, she wants to help the other people. And, whether Jen likes it or not,
They are stuck with them for an indeterminate amount of time at this point.
yeah, now that it looks like they're not getting, rescued right away. I mean, I think she realizes whether Jen does or not, that they're going to need the other people. So,
Mhm. If only she just reveal that she speaks English, get rid of a lot of this unnecessary espionage.
yeah.
I
Anything
noticed-
else?
I don't remember seeing Michael in this episode.
I thought they did have Michael.
I'm sorry, not Michael. Walt.
I don't think he was in. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Did they have him in this episode? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I think he was in last episode because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's. Well, I mean, with as many front characters, with as many leading characters they have, they're not in every episode. Because remember, I told you there's like a few episodes we didn't see Claire.
Mhm.
And he's
And she's back.
like, yeah, and Walt is one of the ones that doesn't show up in every episode either.
Plus, he's a
So.
kid, and child labor laws and all that with filming schedules. It's hard to do that on Hawaii.
Hawaii, but yeah,
Yeah, spoiler. They're just on Hawaii. They're fine.
they're fine. They're not. They're out in the ocean, but they're still in the United States.
Yeah, no, they're fine. They're on the Johnston Atoll or something over there, a nuclear reaction plant. I don't know.
Whatever. Right.
No, it wasn't a nuclear. It was a nuclear testing site, I believe. That's what the Johnston Atoll was. But anyway, so going on, and I love the fact that Charlie assumes that Hurley has food because he's still a big guy, and Hurley has to tell him off like, "I'm down a notch in my belt."
I mean, yeah, that, you know what? And it was, I liked that they kind of addressed that because, even though, you kind of genuinely feel like Charlie wasn't intentionally trying to be mean. The
Charlie's
fact that,
genuinely curious. How are you still staying that size?
well, I
He's
mean,
not.
but it was rude no matter what.
It was Charlie.
I mean, yeah, it was him being rude and definitely like a famous person not understanding how things work, or semi-famous. But
Washed up rock star, kind of famous.
yeah, but I appreciate that they kind of addressed the elephant in the room kind of thing about,
He's not that big.
no, you know what I mean. But that would be
Yeah.
a genuine question, or the not so nice passengers that were the other passengers. That is definitely something somebody would say or somebody would assume. And so the fact that they actually just straight out addressed it, I mean,
And-
that's
We all know that if Hurley were to have found any kind of food like that, he would have shared it with Claire because he's already shown that kind of thing in earlier episodes. He gave her 2 meals because she was pregnant, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
and yeah, we know that Hurley is a generous sort. So he definitely would not have
Can't
hoarded
wait
food.
for his episode. I
Oh,
need my
I know.
numbers. That's the one thing I'm missing from this podcast is my number count.
We're getting there. We're
I was
getting there.
so excited. I forgot how long it takes. Didn't realize we'd be 8 episodes in and have maybe 4 references to numbers that
There's a
aren't
lot.
actually a thing.
There's a lot of main characters in the show.
I know.
It takes a while.
I took a
But yeah.
glance at the title for next week's episode, and I'm pretty sure it's just about Saeed. So I'm still not getting my Hurley episode. So
Well,
that's
what
fun.
I just told you that next one's. That's what I was.
I mean, we
alluding
assumed it
to.
was. It says solitary. And since
Yeah.
he's going alone, I figured as much.
Yeah. So it is.
All right. I think that's all I had for the episode itself. Besides the fact that Jack was seriously considering killing Saeed, or not Saeed, Sawyer. That was fun.
Gee, Jack, dark much? What's going on with you, dude?
He said something about he would certainly enjoy it or something like that. Like he was determined.
Yes, Jack's taking a bit of a dark turn, but glad that they pulled out of that.
Also, the book, it has bunnies.
There's bunnies. There's bunnies.
I'm pretty sure we talked about that last podcast episode, but that's all right. So, did you think of a fandom topic? Because I haven't.
I think we pretty much talked about a fandom. We talked about the skaters. So I kind of already covered a fandom topic. That is definitely, don't tell me that's not a fandom topic.
No. That's definitely a fandom topic, but it's not like a deep dive like we've been doing for topics. So, you brought up something, and I'm going to go a little bit off topic with this. You mentioned Dragon Con earlier. And one of my favorite memories of Dragon Con.
She was Comic-Con.
I've never been.
Go ahead.
What'd you say to me?
I said I talked about Comic-Con.
Comic-Con or Dragon Con, whichever one you mentioned.
A con.
Yeah, you mentioned con because it's Confidence Man, and I figure this ties in, I guess. One of my favorite memories. I have two. I never went, but you always did.
I didn't always, but I went a few times. Yes.
When you would go, I would stay home.
Yes. I did not.
And I believe it's around your birthday, July, August-ish, around there.
Yes. It's always Comic-Con was always my birthday. Dragon Con is Labor Day weekend.
Okay. So I was usually off of school. So one of the times you went, I binged Heroes. Because TNT maybe was airing all the episodes in order. I stayed up all night until like 3 a.m. when they would switch over to their like advertisers.
So, obviously, your dad was doing a great job of keeping an eye on you. I'll remember that.
I binged Heroes so hard. I caught up. I think this was up till like season 2 or 3. So it wasn't like I binged a boatload of episodes. Still close to 40-ish episodes. The other thing is that I called you during one of the stops you made at a booth. And
was this the one about this? That was Comic-Con. One with James.
Yes. It's one of my favorite stories.
I think I called you so you could talk to him.
I called you to ask if you had gotten the books signed by James A. Owen yet, who was one of my favorite authors at the time. And Hijinx had taken 2 of our books, and you were getting one there and getting them signed. Mind you, James A. Owens takes a very long time to sign books because he draws a dragon in the cover.
Yeah, he was at Comic-Con, and that was my birthday weekend.
Yeah, so I called her to ask where she was at, and she's like, "Oh, I'm actually what? My daughter. Yeah, she's a massive fan." Okay, and she handed over the phone, and he starts talking to me. Don't remember almost everything he said. It's a lot about books. Mentioned he was my favorite author. And he suggested I read like A Wrinkle in Time and stuff like that.
And fun fact, he's also a Lost fan, and I think he was friends with was he friends with Javi? I can't remember. I can't keep up. But anyway, so the autographs he put in the book, or the one he put in my book, I think related to Lost. And then he autographed one book for BusyBee, and the other book was
for Bubba
to her brother. And but he gave me like his personal email address, and I think I had his phone number for a while too. But yeah, he was fantastic because I saw him a few times during the convention.
Oh, my soul. I love James A. Owen. He will forever be one of my favorite authors. I can't wait until my daughter's
He
old
wrote
enough.
Here There Be Dragons.
Here
Go
There Be
ahead and-
Dragons. That's my favorite book.
Yeah.
The illustrations that he does are just so intricate.
Yeah.
I love, like, just I can stare at a couple of those pictures for an
Yeah,
hour.
he
and
writes
still
he
find
writes
new
in,
stuff.
he writes the books and illustrates them himself. So
It's just I love, and the fact that he's a Lost fan makes this perfect. The other thing I was going to bring up was because I saw it come across my Facebook feed because I follow his page. He has a Halloween tree, and it's just a tree that happens to change colors around the Halloween season. And I love every day he'll post the new update of where the tree's at.
what the tree looks like. Yeah, I think he still lives. Does he still live in Arizona?
I think so.
Because there's like he has like his own bookstore.
I need to go visit Bubba. My brother lives in Arizona.
Yes, but he doesn't live near Bubba.
He
Bubba
lives in the same state. That's a heck of a lot closer than
Okay.
I am.
That's true.
I am in the Midwest. That's
Midwest.
Midwest. I mean, that's close. You missed.
You missed. Yeah. So, but yes, that was a fun memory because I think I even took a picture of him talking to you
I think so. I think you do have that photo.
on the phone. Yep.
You and your red walkie-talkie phone.
That was my red phone. So yeah, that was one of the fun things about conventions, definitely.
I know that was definitely around the time that you had published your book, possibly. I'm not sure if you took the book with you. Because I know that was...
Wait, did I have to do... I think I was promoting it. I can't remember if I don't know if it was published yet, though. Because I had like I was passing out the little cards for it. So I don't think it was published yet. I think I had a publishing date.
So the only reason why I think I figured out that timeline is because I was a star reader in middle school, and I could create the bookmark with my picture and my top 20 books or whatever. And Here There Be Dragons and Red Dragon were the first two books by James A. Owen. And I'm pretty sure you showed him my bookmark or something like that.
Yeah, I think I did too. I probably had it.
If that was middle school and that was 7th or 8th grade, 8th grade was definitely when the book came out because I gave a copy of it to my school library to put into circulation.
Oh, God.
You signed it in pencil and we put tape over it.
Yep.
Make sure no one would erase it.
Yeah. No, I think I had, if I remember correctly, I don't think it had been released yet. So I think I had little postcard things that I was passing out to people. So
I've never been to a Comic Con or Dragon Con. How was it?
Well, I mean, you can come one year now that you don't work that other job when you're working every holiday.
Strangely enough, the job I no longer work, where you say I work every holiday, was the one that I wouldn't have to go to work this upcoming Monday. But this job, I have to go to work.
I mean, Tuesday. Isn't it? It's 11/11.
Don't gaslight me. It's Monday. Stop it. Today's the 5th and it's Tuesday. I'm dating
Monday?
this episode. I'm looking at a calendar.
Thought it was 11/11.
11/11 is a Monday.
Okay.
7 days from now is the 12th. And that would make it a Tuesday.
I just got it messed up in my head, I guess.
That's what you get for working nights.
My days are different than yours.
Days are in quotes for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Previous job was a government job, and I would have all the holidays off, but I have to work everything else. This one, Veterans Day doesn't count as a holiday for us. I have to go to work. Which, I don't mind. I just know the mail's not going to run, so I know I'm not going to see Rusty, our mailman, but that's okay. Rusty and I have fun every other day of the week.
All right. So we got anything else?
I can't think of anything. This might be the shortest episode we've done today, because
I think we've been talking long.
Have we?
Yes.
When did I send you the email? 8:04. Normally we record for about an hour.
It's been almost an hour.
It's been 40 minutes, if that. And that was a lot of nonsense in the beginning.
It's fine.
It's fine. I'll make it work. With that being said, that was the other thing I was looking up. Hold on 1 second. I was going to pull up Spotify, see if anything was there. That's right. All the companies that don't have immediate dark mode, I hate you. Just putting it out there. Y'all suck.
Rude.
Because I was looking at it the other day. We got a lot of podcast listeners on Spotify.
Ooh, gross.
Our audience has expanded. We got United Kingdom, Canada, Ireland, Thailand, and India now.
Ooh, gross. Why? What? I'm sorry. Well, I mean, hi, but why? I'm sorry. But no. Hey, I'm not being mean. I'm just curious.
Look, she says it about me. I'll call her. She'll go, why?
No, I don't say that. Rude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I say that when my brother calls.
That's right. You say that to
why?
About your brother all the time. No, you say ooh. You say ooh, gross. Why?
Okay, so I was looking at it, and yeah, I say to my phone whenever my brother calls, ew, gross, why?
Yes.
Now we're looking at the episode rankings. We've had a lot of people watch our most recent episode. It's only been out for a few days, and it already has 16 views. So thank you, people. If you'd like to support us even further, we have a YouTube channel, Lost Ate My Pod, and I publish all the episodes there. Maybe eventually I'll add special things, but as of right now, it's just the episodes. And we only have a couple subscribers, but that's okay. We still get a lot of views. Well, a lot for us, a lot for amateur podcasters.
I don't know why you say amateur. I'm a pro at this. I've done it before. Shout out to Speaker.
Yeah, shout out Speaker.
I don't know if you know this about the shit.
So between the last filming of an episode and this filming, one of our favorite writers had a birthday. Javi. His birthday was last week on the 28th. I posted on our Instagram and our Twitter, and it's the photo of him having to fork over my dad's trophy.
That's right. Because he lost. He lost. Well, the Javi Minions lost to the Berkey Babes. That was the second year. I think so. I think
it did say it was the second year when I stole it from your Facebook.
No, I know it was the second year because I think the Javi Minions won the first year and then the Berkey Babes won the second year. In the Bowl-a-thon.
The Bowl-a-palooza. So yeah, I posted on our Instagram and our Twitter because we really like Javi. He's one of our favorites. And I mentioned him a lot in connection to the 100. He wasn't in that many episodes as a writing or directing credit or producing any of that. But it was enough that whenever I'd see his name, I'm just like, Javi.
Well, I mean, he was in the writer's room. So, I mean, he was a part of the show.
Mm-hmm. And I mentioned it on here, which is another thing that came out of, I believe, the same Comic-Con we were talking about, The Middleman.
Yeah.
Very, very short-lived. But I still have Ida, or whatever her name is, as a magnet in my room.
Mm-hmm. I also saw Javi at Chicago C2E2. They had a Middleman reunion panel thing. So I got to hang out with him and Jesse Smollett.
I wish that had been more of a thing. It seemed so cool back then.
They still have C2E2.
No. The Middleman.
Oh. Yeah, I met the guy who plays Middleman.
Oh, did you? You've met everybody. You've met Crowley.
Javi introduced me to him.
You had Crowley's number for a time.
I still have it.
You still have Crowley's number.
It's in my phone.
So, forever jealous. because I was a Supernatural fan. Am a Supernatural fan. Yeah, Scarlet's number. And I'm a Lost fan and a Supernatural fan, and I'm just a fan. It is my personal opinion. I'm not allowed to form an opinion unless I've actually consumed the media I am trying to talk about. So I can't form a bad opinion about it if I've never watched it or read it. With that being said, I'm allowed to trash on To Killing Mockingbird because I've read it.
Are we bringing that up again?
I will bring it up every time if I have to. I'm allowed to trash on
let go of
the E.L. James books. Most of Stephanie Meyer's books. The second one was okay. There's a lot of movies I really don't like. But
when did this
and and Supernatural and The Middleman, Heroes. I'm a nerd. I love fandom things. If anyone has any suggested fandom topics for us to talk about,
whose kid are you?
Yours. Any questions, comments, or concerns about our podcast, or if there's anything you want us to bring up in very specifically, because we're starting to run out of fandom topics and we still got 6 seasons to go through.
Oh no. There will always be fandom topics.
We will find a way. We will filibuster. You can shoot us an email at lostatemypod@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram and on Twitter, X. Lost Ate My Pod on both. Again, you can follow us on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. And we have a Discord. If you ever want the link and it's not working for you, shoot us the email. I will send you a new link. I've set the links to not expire, but we never know.
Shoot the
Do
messenger.
not shoot the messenger. The messenger will shoot back.
Right.
Any final words, hijinx, before we end this flight?
I know a lot about fandom, so you can hit me up. My fandom lore dates back to the Buffyverse too. So if you want some interesting bites about that, I got stuff there too.
To keep it to Lost.
You just listed a whole bunch of other stuff and then said hit me up about all this stuff. So
no, I said hit me up if you have any like Lost topic or fandom topics you want to talk about. I meant specifically Lost. If there's any other fandom topics, yeah, sure, we'll do our best. Eventually, we're going to be done watching Lost and we're going to start up a new series. Who knows?
Oh, I was going to say there's plenty of. Each season of Lost brings its own plethora of fandom hula-baloo. So
Hubba-baloo.
Hula-baloo.
Hulu. It is on Hulu. I'm watching it on Netflix, though.
I'm watching it on Hulu.
Yeah. That's because you can watch it in Spanish.
They don't have the Spanish option on Netflix. All right.
Maybe you're just looking in the wrong spot. Anyway, this has been Lost in My Podcast. I am BusyBee, and that was Hijinx. Thank you for joining us on our flight. And good night, good morning, whatever it is for you.
You all, everybody.
Okay, so as always, you can find us on Instagram and X, Lost Ate My Pod. We're also on YouTube, Lost Ate My Pod, Spotify, iTunes podcast.
Join us on Discord.
Join us on the Discord. Lost Ate My Podcast. The link will be in the description below.
It's the new fuselage.
If for whatever reason your link isn't working, you can always shoot us the email at lostatemypod.
Don't shoot us with real guns, though.
Shoot us an email, mother. I said email. Shoot us an email, lostatemypod, and I will send you the direct link to get you onto the Discord. Please, we would love to make it grow, have a small community. We could do live watch parties. And I'll have you know,
or sometime watch parties.
Sometime in season 2, or maybe season 3. I don't remember when this relates. We'll be doing a watch through of, what's it called?
Okay.
You know what? No, I have it up on the other screen. Where is it? It's the only thing I've watched on Lost Ate My Podcast.
Lost Rhapsody.
Lost Rhapsody.
Well, you lost the first one, so we can only watch the second one.
No. It's on YouTube.
Oh. Well, Captain Bob was one of the people who...
Video by Captain Bob.
I was going to say Captain Bob probably has the first one. too. But yeah,
But yeah,
Captain Bob is part of the group chat. So
yeah, we're gonna wait until we get a little bit further on so we don't spoil anything for anyone who's watching one for the
did
first
you hear
time.
me that Captain Bob is part of the group chat?
Oh my god!
Did you not know that?
As soon as we're done recording, I'm gonna message him and say you were creating my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, the first one.
I watched this thing so much. Did he create the second one too?
Yeah, he did both of them. Captain Bob, one of the people in the group chat.
Just hijinx. This is a special notice to Captain Bob. My brother is potentially naming his future cat, possibly because of what you and hijinx have taught him about boogaloos.
He didn't do that. That's from a movie from the 80s.
I know it's from a movie from the 80s, but the fact that we only became aware of it because of the second Rhapsody.
He didn't name it that.
Rhapsody, Electric Boogaloo. I'm pretty sure.
He didn't name it Lost Rhapsody to Electric Boogaloo. That's just something that I always said. I don't think he named it that. He just...
I'll have to look it up, but I am saving it. If I can find it. Anyway, yeah, no, hijinx always called it Electric Boogaloo. Technically, I'm making it your fault, Captain Bob. But that's okay.
No.
You can take credit.
No,
my brother wants to name his cat Boogie because it'd be his second cat.
No, that has nothing to do with Captain Bob. But Captain Bob deserves all the credit for the Lost Rhapsodies because they're fantastic.
They are. I love watching it. I love watching it so much. I watched it even though I knew it would give me some spoilers. But it's all the ones I'm aware of because I have that video memorized.
Yeah, I think we do have to wait till... Well, we can watch the first one after the end of season 1, and then the second one.
I think we need at least the end of season 1 because
then the second one is after the end of season 2, I think. Because Lost Rhapsody 1 was for the end of season 1, and Lost Rhapsody 2 is the end of season 2.
Yeah, I try not to play favorites except for Captain Bob. You will hold a special place in my heart forever. But that's all for this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever people say at the end of YouTube videos. I don't normally say. But please, our audience is growing, and this has been fantastic to watch going onto my analytics page on the YouTube and on Spotify.
Especially because we ramble so much.
I do ramble a lot.
I said we ramble.
We ramble. I got it from you.
Ramble ding dong.
Stop that. Yesterday alone, we had 10 views on videos. So, yeah, I'm excited.
10 whole people?
10.
How many were you?
Might be me. Possibly just me. It just says 10 views. It doesn't say how. 11 views on the first one, the past 28 days. Like, I love seeing this. I love noticing that people are actually watching it. It's a lot of just recurring people at this point. It doesn't say that it's any new people. We had some new people back on like the 13th and stuff, but so thank you. Thank you for helping us grow. We're never going to be like one of those big timey podcasts like Serial or anything, but we're just here for the fans and ourselves. We're here to live vicariously through our... Stop it, you're creepy. We're here to just live vicariously through ourselves from 20 years ago and reminisce like we're...
Like you're 10 years old again?
Like we're at a 20-year high school reunion and we're talking about the homecoming game. That's what this is. Except our team won.
You didn't understand football when you were 10.
I didn't understand football when I was 10. I probably still don't understand football today, but I was in the marching band. So I had to be on the field. They came for us. They didn't come from our football team. Our football team sucked. All right. Anyway, that's all from us. I'm going to end this before we ramble on too much. And we will see you all next week. Thank you for joining our flight today. Good night, good morning, whatever it is for you.